Hey y'all, it's me, Cody. Welcome to the CodiKnits podcast. This is episode number 91. I'm Cody, and this is Diamond. Thank you for the kisses. Oh. And thanks for coming back and spending some time with me for those of you who are coming back. And thank you if you're just checking me out for the first time. I've had a couple of new subscribers, so thank you for subscribing. I hope that you enjoy the podcast show, whatever it's called. Again, I'm Cody, and you can find me on Ravelry as CodiKnits. I am Cody I'm CodiKnits podcast on YouTube, and nurse_Cody on Instagram. I'm most active on Instagram. I'm thinking about changing my handle from Nurse Cody to CodiKnits, but I'm still thinking about that. And Cody spelled C-O-D-I, by the way. Thank you, Mom. No, I love that my name's spelled that way, but I think girls who have the name Cody spell their name that way. Just hey ho, whatever. Anyway, ramble tangent. I am doing really good today. It is officially November. It's very cloudy out today and kind of gray, overcast. I've had a lot going on, and yeah, it's been a fun couple of weeks. Yesterday, I'll start with yesterday. There was a walk called Out of Darkness, and it's about suicide, to raise awareness for suicide and mental health and things like that. And it was a really great walk. I got to spend some time with some really good friends, and it was here at Piedmont Park in Atlanta. And I always loved it. And the weather was beautiful. It was sunny and it was cool out. It wasn't hot. It wasn't freezing either. But yeah, I guess almost 2 weeks ago now, I was in Seattle, Washington, and it was so much fun. I went there for a conference called JAD Pro Live, and it's a conference for advanced practitioners like nurse practitioners, physician's assistants, and also there's some pharmacists there. It's a time where we all get together and we, have some time to network and things, but also we get some learning in, and we have to have continuing education hours to maintain our license. So we get that opportunity. And part of my contract with my job is I get some allowance to help pay for some of that. So that was very helpful. Well, you get reimbursed. So I'm ready for that check so I can hopefully not have any interest on my credit card. But yeah, it was such a good time. I went a couple of days early and did some, touristy stuff. I saw the Space Needle. And to be honest, I loved the city. It was beautiful. The weather was really great for me. There wasn't tons of rain or anything. It was chilly enough to wear my scarves and stuff like that. And I loved it. I loved it there. It was beautiful. It was very clean. And, I got my ears pierced while I was there. I've always wanted my ears pierced, so I got my ears pierced just for fun. But one of my favorite things that I did while I was there was to go see the locks. And the locks are kind of like how the ships can come in, and they like these it's like these big, like, concrete pools almost, and they can fill them up. Say you're coming from the river or whatever, and you're trying to go into the harbor or whatnot. They fill it up so that you're level with whatever, or they fill it up or let the water out so that you're at whatever level you need to be to get to whichever way you're going. Hope that made sense. It was super, super cool. I know, I'm sorry. I'm not paying you no attention anymore. I'm not paying you any attention anymore. Oh, like you don't get any attention all day. Yeah. That's my baby. Oh. Like you don't get any attention. So that was one of my favorite parts, and they showed where there's the salmon ladder. Ooh, too, where they can go up from the ocean into the rivers or whatever to lay their eggs and all that kind of stuff. So that was super cool. I got to actually see some boats come in, and yeah, it was really cool. And we got we went up to this area called Magnolia or something, like Magnolia something. And it's where a lot of wealthy people live, like the Nordstroms, who own the Nordstrom clothing place. I typically go to Nordstrom Rack. But yeah, they have like a big compound up there. But when we were up there, it was so cool because we were coming down the hill. It's like up on a hill, and we were coming down and we saw Mount Rainier was out. They say she was out. So we could actually see her from up there, and it was absolutely beautiful. I'll try to put some pictures in at the end. I don't think I can do it in the middle of the thing. I don't know how to do that yet. But yeah. That's yarn here. She's being nosy, getting in the bags. Anyway, so I'll try to put some pictures so you can see, but it was absolutely beautiful, and the people were really cool. It's just such a really cool city. Really, like, everybody's just helpful, friendly, nice. I had a great time. It really recharged my batteries. But I got I got some souvenirs I'll show you. Here's one little, I like to get fridge magnets. She is. I threw it. Go get it. She. I have this bag because and it has it's a bag of kind of bags and stuff that need to be thrown out, and I have it here next to where I was sewing because I just finished counting up all the hats and stuff, which I'll tell you about later. And she ran into it, and she kind of got stuck in it because she was looking back, like watching which way I was going to throw it, but walking forward at the same time. It was so funny. I wish I could have caught it on camera. But anyway, hey, calm down now. I'm podcasting. I'm podcasting. We can play when we're done. So it was really cool. I saw this Pike City Market, I think is what it's called. Public Market Center, whatever. It was really cool. Seeing the berries, all of this. So this reminded me a lot of things I did there. So I did that, and of course I checked out a yarn store, and I'll show you that. I also got a little enamel pin. But yeah, so enough about that. Sorry, that's kind of rambly, but I got so much to show you. I got some finished objects to show you. I have a couple giveaways to announce. I have some stuff I've been working on and some things I've gotten in the mail. I'm excited to show you. So let's dive in. Finished objects. So my first thing I finished is this. It was a little kit I had. The Telluride Shawlette. I guess I'm saying that. Classic Elite Yarns. There's a little kit Kirby gave me. Just some lace work. And here it is. All washed and blocked. And look how beautiful. Oh, it smells good. There's a couple places I messed up, you can see. Right in that area. But, I fudged it and made it work. A couple places. But really, it's not bad. And I had a good time doing it. I wasn't being too fussy with it. But it does show. But the thing is most people aren't going to be looking at it like this. They're going to be looking at it when it's like this. So I was actually going to probably sell this shawl. on the Etsy shop, but I don't think I'm going to now because it does have those errors in it, and you can see them. They're not like not there. Is that the right side? Is that the right side? Hold on. Yeah, I was showing you the right side, I think. It's hard because it's garter. But anyway, that was fun. I was glad to get it off the needles. I feel like I've been working on it for a while, and yeah, so this will be a gift for somebody, or I might keep it for myself. Just depends. But the yarn is, I had this much left over. I had two balls, two skeins of this Classic Elite yarns Telluride. And it's 82% superfine alpaca, 12% linen, and 6% Donegal. And it's made in Peru. And they were 50-gram balls. So, yay! That's done. And then, I finished a hat. So, look at those colors. This hasn't been washed. I love this hat. I love this yarn. I had such a good time knitting it. I'm going to mess my hair up so y'all can see just how beautiful this is. So, the yarn is a copper corgi, and I cannot for the life of me find the ball band for this. And I got it at a trunk show when I went to a knitting retreat with Betty Ann and Scott and John, Sweet Tea No Shade podcast. And it's been sitting there, and I saw it, and I was like, ooh, I want to knit something with it. So, this is a sport weight, and this is how much I've left. So I knit an entire hat. And the hat, let me tell you about the hat. I got it here, see if I can show you. It's called Beanie Ansgar, Ansgar. It was €2, it's like about $3. A little over €2. This is the hat. It was fun to knit up. That's on Ravelry, obviously. And I cannot for the life of me find the ball band. And I love this. I want to buy some more of it. I love the colors. It's like a dark gray, black, navy, tealy, bluey. I don't know how to describe it, but I love it so much. But I also made, with that same yarn, I don't have them with me because I gave them to Manny. But they're the Maze mitts, fingerless mitts by Tin Can Knits. And these are, I think they're free. Yeah, it's free. So they're mitts or gloves, fingerless mitts or gloves. So I wanted the mitts. So I knit a pair of those, the medium size, and that hat. And I'm hoping I have enough to knit another pair of fingerless mitts with this much. I'll have to weigh it and see. But I would love to have that to go with this hat because I love it so much. And I'm hoping I can find that ball band one day, and I can get some more from the Copper Corgi because I love that yarn. And I think it's 100% merino. He was wearing the mitts a lot, and they did start peeling. So it's probably not the best for gloves. But at the same time, it was just, I cast on the hat first. And I was like, ooh, I love how the colors are flashing. Like, it have like these flashes of the blue and the light gray. And I was like, ooh, I love how this feels. So I wanted it on my hands. It's like, ooh, it feels so nice. So I knit those. I ripped out the hat and knit the gloves. And then I cast back on the hat to go with it. So I'm hoping to get some more gloves out of that. And I think that's all I finished. as far as knitting goes. What have I been working on? So I've been working on a couple of things. So this goes into the whips. I love you, little nugget. Gotta give her cuddles. So one thing I've been knitting is been really fun. It's almost finished. But I bought this kit, I think I showed you, from Barrett Wool Co. from Susan B. Anderson. You know, I love her so much. She's such a wonderful person. And of course she's a wonderful designer and everything. But it's these spring bunny. Even though it's not spring, I knitted one of them. Look, isn't he so cute? He's got the eyes. But I need to do his little mouth, nose. And that part worries me because I'm not good at that. And I can't decide if I like his ears being all floppy. They're kind of wonky. But I can't decide if I like the ears being all floppy like this, or if I want to like, you have extra here so you can like tack them down so they're a little like more to the side, or you can have them floppy that way. I think that's kind of cute like that, more than just straight up. So I might do that. But it kind of covers the face. Let's see how she has some kind of flopping down. So maybe I'll try to get them back more like that. Somehow. But I think they're so cute. Oh wait. Just down. Oh, so cute. Ooh, like that. I wish they would just stay like that. Ooh, my foot's going to sleep. Having 10 pounds on your lap, too. Doesn't help. But they got the cute little feet. Oh, and I got to do his little tail. I think they have tails. Surely they have tails. Yeah, they got little butt tails. They're so cute. So yeah, that's been really fun. This was a kit. Came with pretty much everything you need. And yeah, took me no time to knit. So I knit those. And then I have done some pretty good work on a sock for my aunt. I can't remember if I showed you this or not. If I had, it was pretty early on. But I have one done. And this is just the, that's just the Nitpicks Felici. That's what I'm trying to say. I couldn't think of that name. Let me show you the ball band. Somewhere in here. It's in this bag. This is one of my favorite bags. It's from Opera Joe. Stitching the High Notes. And it's Harry Potter. And it has a couple of my pins. I got another pin I can add to this now. Okay, where's the ball band? Oh, here it is. Nitpicks Felici. Punky is the colorway. Sorry if it's glaring. So yes, and the pattern I'm using is just Hermione's everyday pattern, everyday sock pattern. And it's a Fish Lips Kiss Heel I pulled from the other ball just to keep the striping. So the pattern's on both sides for the leg, and then it's only on one side for the foot, obviously. But this has been a little better. I know last time I think I used some Nitpicks Felici. I was having some color running into the other color spots, and that kind of made me annoyed. So I got that done, and I've cast on and knit this much, the next one. And I'm using Chalgu needles, US 1s. And this pattern is really easy to memorize and easy to read, so you can read your knitting. So it's been pretty easy knitting. I did a lot of knitting on the airplane. Ooh, I watched... finally watched the movie The Greatest Showman on the plane. I knew all the music, but I'd never seen the movie, so I watched that. On the way there, I watched Fantastic Beasts and the first Harry Potter, Sorcerer's Stone. And then on the way back, I watched Greatest Showman, and I watched that Godzilla movie, King of the Monsters or whatever. It was so good. Like, it was not what I was expecting it to be for some reason. It was good. I liked it. Now, the next thing I've been spending a lot of time working on, and this is something old that I had put in timeout, and I was so frustrated with this project, but I've pulled it back out and I've restarted, and I'm being much happier with it so far, and I'm not pulling it out again. Do you know how hard it is to pull out mohair and silk? It's not fun. I'm trying this Papa's pullover one more time. It's an oversized boat neck pullover, and it uses lace or light fingering weight yarn, and you hold it double. It's by Knit Cafe Midori. So I'm knitting this for my godmother. So I pulled it all out, and here it is. I had a lot of knitting on that. Look, here it is. The yarn is Rowan Kid Silk Haze. They're 25-gram balls, and there's like 230 yards, and this has the thing over. I hate when I put the price tag over the details. It's 70% mohair and 30% silk. And I was seeing if it had a colorway. It's whatever, purple. This I got from Cast On Cottage here in Atlanta. I think they're closing down. No. Those are the ones that weren't exactly very nice to me when I went. So I didn't really go there very often. So I'm not really disappointed. I feel like I gotta sneeze. Excuse me. Sorry. Anyway, I'm not allergic to this. But it does get all over you when you knit it. You look really fuzzy and purpley. So let me show you what I've done. So what I did is I was knitting it on... Sorry if... Get a close-up. My eyes look kind of blue today. It's weird. They change. It's weird. I was knitting it on these. I loved these when I first got them and first started knitting, and now I do not love these. I have a whole set of interchangeables. The cord does annoy me a little bit, but what annoys me the most is this taper of the points is not. I like a little bit longer of a taper, and the joins here sometimes get caught on things, especially with this yarn that I'm using, and because they are carbons or carbons, however you say it, carbons, you know, they do drag a little bit here. So these are great when you're just learning and stuff like that, I think, or an advanced beginner and you want a little bit more slick here, but you don't want your stuff just falling off all the time. So I'm going to be selling these interchangeable set. If you are interested in buying them, I'd rather give them to a good home, someone who loves them, because a lot of people love them, and it's not the needle's problems, it's not the needle's fault, it's all about the knitter's preference. And like, some people love knitting with, sorry, my mom called. Some people love knitting with wood, and some people love knitting with metal, and for me it really depends on the project, the yarn with the needle. Yeah, I just really have gotten to where I just don't enjoy knitting with these. So there's other needles I have that I enjoy. So instead of just having them sit and take up space, in my stash, in my yarn area, in my knitting bag. I would rather, sell them. So, I mean, I know I'm not going to get like what I paid for them out of them. And I do have some fixed ones, um, needles that I'll put with them. So if you're interested in that, let me know. Contact me on Instagram. I can send you some pictures and let you know what all includes and whatnot, and you can make an offer or whatever. But anyway, I was knitting on these, and I can't remember what US 10s. The other one, and it came out. It was too small, I thought, and then I remember because you knit it flat. I'll show you in a minute, but you knit it. It's kind of, you knit the back, and then you're knitting like from here across, right? And you knit the back, and then you like do some special stuff and get the sorry, I'm making this banner go away. You make the place for the neck, and then you knit the front for so long, and the front down for so long. So you're knitting flat back and forth, and then what you do is this, because you're knitting this sleeve at the same time, you join the sleeve here, you seam it or whatever. I'm trying not to give it all away, but you seam it, and if you remember from my last one, I don't have it because I ripped it out, but I really seamed that way too tight too. So some of it was my fault that it wasn't really good, but also some of it was gauge, which I did a gauge swatch and I got gauge. But I guess it just changes, and your gauge changes as well, like depending, well, for me, on my mood and how comfortable I get working with the yarn. So when I first started using this, I was probably holding it much tighter and things than I do now. But anyway, sorry, damn it. Anyway, I've recast it on using a larger needle and using my ChowGoo needles. And this is how much got done. So I've done the back. It's on some waste yarn at the moment, because you pick up and you're knitting in the round, and when you're knitting around, that changes your gauge too, from when you're knitting back and forth, because you're not purling anymore. And my purl gauge is definitely different than my knit gauge. I don't mind purling, but it's just different. So let me show you. So I got the back, and I am, got it inside out. And so here's where I'm at now. So you can see how this is the neck, and the way you do things, it makes the back be up a little bit more. But it's really hard to gauge, and see, here's the sleeves. It's really hard to gauge when it's on the needles how big it is. See, it's going to stretch and stuff, so I think I'm doing much better. But it's really hard to gauge, because the way it is you're doing since you're knitting back and forth, you don't knit this is the cuff. You don't knit all the sleeves, the cuff stitches, every row. So you're kind of doing some short rows in between. So this part, it's so hard to show. But this part here, right here, it grows faster than than the cuff or whatever. So you're knitting to a certain point to the cuff measures a certain, because it's got to be fit around your wrist or your arm here or whatever. So anyway, I'm basically there knitting. I got a few more repeats to go. So basically I have to knit till it's about the same size as this, except probably 1 or 2 rows more. Just so that I can sit up there. And then I will be seaming the sleeves stitches together and then start knitting around. So I'm much happier with this, and actually it's been easier to knit too, because I was pulling from 2 balls of the yarn. I don't even have but it was like those little donut looking cake things. But when I pull it out, it's already two together. So this is making knitting with this so much easier. And it's this big old ball. And there is a couple of times I had to cut the yarn or break it, but you know, it's gonna be fine. So I'm just being able to pull from this. Isn't it pretty? So I'm really hopeful. I'm more optimistic, but I've been doing a lot of work on this lately. And I went up a needle size. I don't remember if I said that. I know I said I switched them to my Chalgu needles, but I went up a needle size too. And so this is to a 10.5. So it's 6.5 millimeter needles. This is, you know, if you're good at sweaters and understanding how that kind of stuff works, then this is, I would recommend it. But if you're brand new and not done very many sweaters and things like that, maybe I wouldn't recommend this yet. And it's also, it's so soft and light, but yeah, it does get the fuzzies get all over you. I think once you wash it, it stops doing that. But yeah, so I've been doing a lot of knitting on that. And it is in my bag from Amy Beth, the Fat Squirrel. Fat Squirrel Speaks on YouTube. Beautiful bag, I love it. Oh, let me put the pattern back in. The pattern for this is it's literally 4 pages. And one of those pages is just abbreviations. And the other page is this page, the details. So it's not one that really holds your hand and row by row, and I mean, you have what you need, but that's the reason I say it's a little bit harder. So I think I showed you everything I've been knitting on. So when I was in Seattle, of course, I had to go find some yarn. And I found this So Much yarn store, and it's actually in that market area. I keep saying Pike City Market. I'm not sure if that's right. On this thing, on the sign, it says Public Market Center. So maybe I just made Pike City Market up. Because near me, there's a place called Ponce City Market. I don't know. Maybe I made that up. But it's the market by the water, and it's fun. But anyway, I got some stuff from here. And I wanted to get some like local stuff. I didn't want to buy stuff I could get here. And one thing I got was this little kit. And I'll open it up. It was on sale. It was like half off. But it's for the I don't even know how to say that. Clepoctus. That word. It's by Laura Donna Gianferri. A hybrid between Clopatus and Bactus scarf. This shawl let you use the exact amount of yarn you have. It's perfect to stash down all those single skeins of sock yarn sitting somewhere in your house. As many Bactus knitters prove so far, it works with any kind of yarn. Choose needles according to the yarn selected. Anyway, this is what it looks like. Can't really tell it's in black and white, but it looks like it's some garter and some drop stitches, and it looks like a good size. And yeah, and then it had this really nice blue Classic Elite yarns, huh? Well, who would have thunk it? That's what the Telluride was out of. But it's this really pretty blue. It's like a darker denim-y blue. It's called Firefly Den, maybe. And this is 75% viscose and 25% linen. So it came with 4 balls of this. So I'm gonna knit that. I just thought it was fun to have a little kit. And it was half off, so included a pattern. And then I got some MJ yarns. Ooh, look how pretty. It's red, and it's one of those kind of red tonal, it's the light's making it dark. Oh, that's closer. Anyway, it's kind of, it does got some light, brighter reds, but it's got some darker reds into it too. This is, the colorway is called Phoenix, and it's American worsted, 100% superwash merino. It's 100 gram, 216 yards. And these are Seattle-based dyer. And I got Knitted Wit Victory Sock. I can't remember if they're really local, but I like the colors. And the color's lemongrass. And her website is knittedwit.com. And it's 80% superwash merino, 20% nylon, 420 yards. These will be fun socks. And I also, this was actually half off for some reason, and because it's quite expensive yarn. You guys are probably familiar with it. It's Spin Cycle yarns. This is Versus. It's 100% fine wool, tea and shade. It's a DK weight. From sheep to skein. But yeah, it's this green. I guess green and grays. There you go. Kind of barbel pulled together, so that I thought that would be a cute little hat or something. So yeah, that's the yarn I got. I have to keep this because I also got something else in the mail. And this is from Emma, and she was asking about some of my bags. And what I did was, she lives in the UK, so I traded her a bag that I sewed for some yarn over there. She wrote me a very sweet little note. And I want to show you what I got. She sent me more yarn than she should have. But it will get used and loved. She literally sent me 7 cakes of yarn, already caked up. So this is one of them. This is a cool. This looks very hand spunny. But I didn't take the thing out but this is, if you're in the UK, you're familiar with this. But it's James C. Brett, and this is Landscape double knitting. It's 85% acrylic, premium acrylic, and 15% wool. And I was seeing if it had a color. Shade number LS03. Yeah, no color. But she sent 3 of those, so I can get plenty of stuff out of that. And then she sent 2 in this color. Some of the thing got kind of mixed up in the. This is like pale aqua-y. And I believe it's the same. James C. Brett. So we don't. Oh, this is Stylecraft Special DK. And it is 100% premium acrylic. And the color is duck egg. So that color, this is a duck eggy color. It's really beautiful. And then there's this darker this is really soft. It doesn't, it feels really nice. It's not like a rough, some acrylic is really rough. Like if you remember, acrylic's come a long way since even the last few years. Like Red Heart, Super Saver, that stuff is rough. But this is really soft. Yeah, this is Stylecraft Special DK, and the color is Storm Blue. This, that's not right. It's actually this darker, deeper blue. I don't know how to fix it, but it's beautiful, I'll tell you that. So this would be some nice hats, all kinds of stuff out of this. You sent plenty. Thank you so much, Emma, for that. I'm super excited. I hope you've gotten your bag, or that it's on the way soon, and that you really like it. So I got that. Now, time for giveaways. So let me do the there's my little book. I have a little notebook with the stuff on it. Oh, right there in front of my face. So I asked last time, so I want to do the hat along giveaway first. So the hat along, we got over, if you follow me on Instagram, you saw a picture, but there's even more than what's on that picture. Over 100 hats from you guys. So thank you so much. And then definitely went over 100 from the few hats that I added. And thank you guys so much for that. I was overwhelmed. There were hats everywhere. It was so much fun, like putting them all together in one spot so I can take them, because it's really chilly out now in the 40s and 50s and even down in the 30s sometimes at night. So yeah, it's definitely fall, and so I'm excited to take these. I go back to work tomorrow, so I'll take them to work and give them out. But I wanted to send out some prizes for you guys. I thank you all for everyone who participated. But the first prize is this bag, and it's made by me. I need to make sure I put have these little things that it says handmade by Cody on there, so you'll know. And I'll try to put a little CodiKnits podcast button in there if I can remember to do that. But yeah, this is just a little zippered bag. It's got a gray zipper. It's nautical themed, and the inside's got some white nautical themed. Box bottom. It's squishy and soft. It's whatever, interfaced. I don't know all the terms for it. But yeah, I got that. And what I did was everyone who sent a hat, I put numbers next to your name and then I put so I assigned your name a number, and then I put how many hats. So I put that many of your number in here, and it's actually, I just dumped it in here. So I'm going to show you. And the winner for that is that one was blank. It was Tammy Neal, number 10. So if you will send me a message on Instagram or Ravelry or comment below on YouTube, I will send this bag out to you. Tammy Neal. Yay! Now, the other winner gets this skein of yarn that I bought. This is called Acid Raindrops. This is called a fatty. It's 100% superwash blue BFL, blue faced Leicester. There's 150 grams, 657 yards in this, and it's by a Twisted Little Fiber. And I just thought it was super cute, fun colors. And the winner for that one, I have a hard time picking them up off the bottom of this paper sack. It's number 2. And that goes to Ava Lemon. So I believe I have your sorry, excuse the reach. I believe I have your Facebook, Ava. I have your Facebook, but if you could send me your address so I can send this skein of yarn off to you for a winner. And actually, you, Ava, actually, she sent in 18 hats. So thank you so much for those. They're beautiful. It really, really helped. And I believe, yep, you sent the most number of hats. So I'm not surprised that your name got drawn. You had better odds. So congratulations. Let me make a little note. Make a little note so I remember. The bag was Tammy Neal. So, let me know send me your name, address, so I can get these sent off to you. And as soon as I get to the post office, I will get these mailed out to you. Now we have one more giveaway, and then I have some stuff to talk to you. And this giveaway kind of leads into what we have to talk about. So, this giveaway was for this Knit Crate box here. And what I asked is your thoughts about, Patreon or something like that. And really good feedback. Everyone was really sweet. Seems interested. So this is what was in there. It was 2 skeins of this Vadalana Ascendance Ancient Ruin colorway. There's 2 of these. It had a cute little stitch marker with it. It's like greeny yellow. Oh, it smells good. This is super, super soft. It's 100% fine Peruvian Highland wool. It's sport weight, 328 yards. So you get the whole box sent to you. And the winner for that was, I drew that one offline because I had to figure it out. But the winner for the yarn box is Vicky Neal. So, Vicky, if you'll please let me know your address and such, and I will send that off to you. So, thank you so much for all your comments and everything. It was really very sweet, and it has me having lots of ideas. So, I've been doing some behind-the-scenes work. I want to tell you about that. So, first of all, I've set up a Ko-fi account. So Ko-fi is a play off of the word coffee, and it allows people a couple of things. And I decided to do this because a lot of people want to help make the hats or help with the hats that I give the patients and support the podcast for paying for the giveaway, shipping and stuff like that. So Ko-fi allows you to do a couple of things. One is it's like buying someone a cup of coffee. When you see their podcast or whatever, you can go if you feel led, and I understand not everyone can do this, so it's just those who can and want to, I have it there for you. And so like you can, it's $3, and it's just a one-time thing you do with PayPal or whatever, and I use all the money that goes toward that will be going toward either buying yarn for hats, or hopefully I can save up enough. If I get enough, I can buy an Addy hat machine so I can make a lot more hats. That's really the biggest goal, and paying for shipping and things like that. So you can do that, and then it also has an option for you to be like a subscriber, I guess. And I think I made it it's $5 a month or something like that, where you can like subscribe every month. It'll deduct $5. And the people who do that subscription, what I've decided to do is do a Facebook group, a CodiKnits Facebook group. And so when you subscribe to that, I will need to know your, it'll ask you, I think, for your Facebook name, so that I can add you to the group. It's a private group. And what the Facebook group will allow me to do is a couple of things. I can do some live, like, chat times with you guys. It will allow just a little bit more discussion and community and interaction between us. And also, what I'll do is give you like sneak previews for things that I might be putting in the shop for, as far as bags. You kind of have, it'll kind of give you guys first dibs on things. And I think that's, pretty fair. But everyone who subscribes, it just helps the podcast, and everything goes to that. I'm not going to be, it's not for me. I have a job and I make enough money to pay my bills and eat and all that. But it does kind of add up some of the, shipping costs and things like that. So, and I know people want to make hats, and it does take a long time, to make a whole lot of hats. And so some people are, you're busy making other projects, but you want to contribute and help out, and that's the perfect way you can. So I'll be doing that. If you're interested, the website, I'll try to put it in the description box below, but it's www.ko-fi.com/CodiKnits, like a backslash. CodiKnits, CodiKnits. And I'll try to, like I said, put the link below for you. So I have that all set up. The Facebook group is set up and ready to go as well. So as soon as people start subscribing, I will put you in there. So, last thing I want to talk about, and this is getting long and I apologize, but I had a lot to tell you about, lots of fun stuff. I do have the shop open again, and the shop is, it's the number 2, and then DYE, the number 4, and then arts, ARTS. So on Etsy. So it's 2-4arts on Etsy. So it's www.etsy.com/shop/2-4arts. I'll put a link down below. Some of you already follow the shop. But I do have some of the new bags I showed you last time up in the shop. So just in case you didn't see, this will be there. I have an extra one of these. I gotta make sure this is the right one, because, yeah. One of them I made, I had to keep for myself because I put the fabric on slanted ways when I was trying. But it's just like the one for the giveaway, a gray zipper with the lining. So that'll be in there. I have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 4 of the gingerbread. They're sparkly. These are the small size drawstring. They each have a different ribbon and drawstring. One thing I will tell you, some little bit of feedback is sometimes this is a little bit harder to until it gets kind of used to pull together and whatnot. So I'm gonna look into changing that a little bit, and it's not my favorite thing to put this ribbon thing here. So I'm looking into making it a little bit more like how this bag is, how you have this extra fabric on the top of the bag that, draws through like that. So I'm looking into making them a little bit more like that, but I think these are fine too. I don't think it's hard, but if you have like arthritis and stuff, it may be harder for you to pull or whatnot. So I just like to be transparent. And of course, I'm no pro. I do this just for me to be able to keep doing it. So the money I make from the shop goes basically towards buying more fabric and stuff to sew or whatnot. And they do have a little handmade by Cody in them. The ones that I've sewn have that. Kirby helps. She makes some. So there's 4 of these. And the picture that's on there, these are really hard to photograph because they're just flat. But anyway, the picture that is on there, you see, they have the window, and it has, you can see the Christmas tree. But the picture that you pick on and buy is the bag that you get. So pay attention, because some have the green with the red pull, and some have red with a green pull, right? So and the cost is includes shipping. So it's not free shipping. I don't like that when people say that and do that. I just incorporate the into the cost. So it says free shipping, but the small bags are $28, and that include plus tax, whatever tax you have, and then the shipping is included in that price. So I have some of those. I think I have one more of the little puppies, and this is a medium size. Medium is $33, I believe, but this is cute. And then I have the I have a small, another medium puppy. And then I have these medium Winter Wonderland is what I call it. And they're sparkly. I don't know if I can. These are really hard to photograph too because they're blue, but and I tried to show the sparkle, but I did my best. But this is a more accurate color than some of the pictures, but they are sparkly. And I have like 4 of these. And then you'll also see a couple other bags that Kirby's made. Got one of these. Keep calm and eat bacon. Coffee, wine, repeat, work. Creativity is messy. Some beer. And some coffee. Got a couple of the coffee. And then this one. So that's basically what I have in the shop. Sorry I went through those kind of fast, but you can look on there and see. I know not everybody cares about what's in there, but I wanted to show you the new stuff. These are kind of old that's been in there, but they are there, and it's reopened, and it's up for grabs. And it says on there, like, they're all ready to go. So it just is a matter of, so I'm off work every other Monday and Tuesday. So this week I'm off Monday. Next week I'll be off Tuesday. So typically if you order in between those dates, like if you order between now and next Tuesday, I'll ship it out on Tuesday. If that makes sense. So it could be a week before they're shipped, basically. I don't get home in time a lot to get to the post office before it closes. And sometimes on the weekends, I don't have time to get over there either. I'll try, but just depends on how much I got going. But yeah, all of that's ready. So that's so much stuff to show you. This has been a long episode. I'm so sorry. I try to keep it shorter for you. But yeah, I wanted to share and say thank you all for your your love and your support. And thank you so much for those of you who participated in the Summer of Hats knit along and donated over 100 hats. Super excited. Very sweet. It's just so much fun to do, and I will be doing it again next year. And of course, like if you want to knit hats and save them up, then that's fine. Finished objects, whips, all that's included. I just, for every hat you send, you get entered in a prize. So I'm trying to think. I think that's it. Thank you for hanging out with me. If you made it to the end this far, you're a superstar. I hope you're having a wonderful week. Happy November. I'm so happy it's November because it's nice out. I can't believe it's almost time for Thanksgiving, and then Christmas is going to be here before we know it. I think there's like 7 or 8 more weekends until Christmas. So it's crazy. But yeah, I hope you're all doing good. I hope you have a wonderful next couple of weeks. I have missed you, and yeah. Oh, also, I will be doing some vlogs and things like that. So, those of you who support through a subscription, that'll help. That's going to be a perk, I guess. But everyone's going to have access to the vlogs. Because that makes it easier for me. The only thing, I guess, extra special you get if you subscribe is really being a member of the private Facebook group, and that will allow us to have some like chatting, live chats and stuff like that. And I can talk about some more personal things and whatnot on that venue as well. But I kind of wanted to give you some kind of perk. But the vlogs and things like that, it'll go up on the YouTube channel. So it would be really hard for me to navigate that, and I wanted to make this as pretty simple and seamless as possible. So that's what I come up with. See how it works. But yeah, thank you guys for all your suggestions and the Ko-fi suggestions. I had a lot of people told me about that, and I had never heard of it before, and it's excellent. So thank you so much. I can't wait to see you again. Happy knitting. And Diamond says goodbye too, but let me see if I can show you. See, it's a mess, but look. Somebody's she's taking a nap. Anyway, hope I didn't make you sick. I'll talk to you later.